He once asked me to stop joking about cheating, but when his birthday came around, I couldn't help myself. It's strange how the cake I thought would make him laugh ended up completely ignored. Looking back now, I should have known better. At the time, though, I genuinely couldn't understand why he couldn't just laugh it off like he always had. My name's Cy. I'm 28. This story takes us 3 years into my marriage with Donovan. Donovan was good, too good, maybe the kind of good that feels almost unreal if you're used to chaos. Patient, attentive, gentle in ways that were comforting, but also unfamiliar. He'd make me breakfast on Sundays, leave little notes in my bag, remember anniversaries I forget, and love me with steady warmth that didn't ask for anything in return. And me? I was the sarcastic one, the teaser, the person who made jokes about everything, even when I shouldn't have. I thought humor was how people stayed close. I believed that if you couldn't laugh together, maybe you weren't truly in love. But slowly, I didn't notice how my laughter had started leaving tiny cuts. Scars that didn't bleed at first, but still hurt. It started small. At dinner with friends, I said, if I ever cheat, it'll be because Donovan takes an hour to pick a movie. Everyone laughed. I thought it was harmless, but under the table, he pulled his hand away from mine. At a family barbecue, someone asked if I'd ever cheat. I joked, only if someone richer and hotter shows up at the yacht. More laughter, more silence from him. Afterward, he took me aside, calm and composed, but his eyes were dim, like someone had quietly turned down the light inside them. Study, he said softly. Please don't make jokes about cheating anymore. I know you think it's funny, but it hurts. I promised to stop. I really did. But I didn't grasp the weight of what he was asking. To me, they were just words. To him, they were cracks in something sacred. When his birthday arrived, he didn't ask for much. Just dinner at home, his favorite cake, my attention. Simple things. The things he always appreciated. I wanted to make it special, make him laugh. I ordered his favorite chocolate cake and had the baker add a tiny sugar version of me kissing another man, with "Hope you don't catch me cheating" written in icing. The baker hesitated. Are you sure? She asked. I laughed. It's an inside joke, I said confidently. That evening, he came home with flowers, kissed my forehead, and smiled that quiet smile that always made me feel safe. We had dinner, talk about small things. He laughed when I teased him about the food being too salty. Everything felt easy again. Then I brought out the cake. I expected laughter, but he didn't react. He just stared at it, quiet, until the air between us felt heavy. When he finally spoke, his voice was soft, but the hurt beneath it was unmistakable. I asked you not to do this again, he said. I thought you understood. I tried to lighten it. It's just a joke, Dawn. Don't be so serious. He stood slowly. I never leaving mine. You don't respect me. Sigh. Not really. You keep making me the joke even when I tell you it hurts. That's not love. I scoffed defensively. It's just a cake. He shook his head. No, it's a pattern. Then he picked up his jacket and keys, whispered, I'm done, and walked out. The cake sat there, untouched, perfect frosting, terrible meaning. At first, I was angry. I called, texted, left voicemails. No answer. I told myself he was being dramatic, that he'd cool off and come back. But the next morning, a message froze me. I'm staying at Mark's for a while. Don't worry about me. Just think about how long you've made me feel like a joke. That hit harder than I expected. For the first time, I really saw it. The quiet erosion of the love he'd been giving me for years. Every time I laughed at his pain, brushed off his boundaries, or hid cruelty behind humor, I chipped away at his faith in us. I never cheated, but I made him feel replaceable. And eventually, he believed he was. A week later, I drove to Mark's, rehearsing apologies the whole way. Nervous, hopeful, desperate to fix what I'd broken. Mark answered the door, not Donovan. He looked uneasy. He's really hurt, Mark said softly. He doesn't think you understand this time. Back home, the cake was still there, its edges dry and crumbling, a quiet monument to my own stupidity. It wasn't funny anymore. It was a reminder of what I'd lost. Days turned to weeks. I wrote him a long letter. No jokes, no deflection, just honesty. I admitted I had been immature, that I had behind sarcasm, because I didn't know how to be vulnerable. I told him he deserved someone who honored his feelings instead of making fun of them. He never replied. 6 months later, a single message arrived. I never wanted to stop loving you. You just made it too hard to stay. Now he's with someone else. Kind, soft-spoken, gentle, the things I wasn't. I see photos sometimes. He looks happy, and I hope she never jokes about leaving him, because I finally understand. Some people don't walk away because they stop caring. They leave because they've cared too long, and they can't bear to keep being hurt. When someone tells you your words wound them, listen. Not everyone shouts when in pain. Some quietly gather the pieces of their heart, close the door, and never come back.